Hey guys, it's Nexy here, and today we are back with another Minecraft collection, Hunger Games on Lifeboat. And today we're gonna have a little bit of a story time. I asked you guys in the last Hunger Games episode what you guys will want to talk about or hear about in these videos, since live commentaries aren't always the most interesting. And by the way, this is not a live commentary, but I do have some Hunger Games gameplay in the background. I have a VIP kit. I actually won one for today. It was like VIP Plus of the classic SG, so I get the diamond axe and the chainmail armor and the leather cap. But I'm actually recording the commentary before I have any footage because that's what my schedule is right now. But I hope you guys do enjoy the gameplay, whatever gameplay I record in the background. But today, I'm going to be telling you guys an embarrassing story, and you guys can leave your own embarrassing stories in the comment section below, but I don't know if they'll be as embarrassing as mine. So, hope you guys enjoy it, and let's get started. So, this story is back in, I think it was either 2008 Thanksgiving or 2009 Thanksgiving. Around that time. It was around Thanksgiving time, but I think it was actually the Thanksgiving week. So what happened, guys, was I don't know if you guys noticed, but I am from Poland. I was born in Poland, and I left there when I was 8 years old. And what happened was, I live in Houston, Texas now. I live in Houston, Texas. I lived in some other places as well, but now I live in Houston, Texas. My grandparents used to live around the area as well. I called them Grammy and Grampy. And pretty much what happened, guys, was we were going to this national park. It was called Big Bend National Park. It's located in West Texas. And I'm sure some of you guys have heard about it. It is the darkest spot in the continental United States. It has the least amount of light pollution, which means you can see the stars, you can see the galaxies, you can see the Milky Way with your bare eyes. You don't need any telescope or anything. You can actually see Jupiter with a telescope, though. You can't usually see Jupiter with a telescope because of light pollution. But at the observatory there, you can see it. It's such an amazing place. I hope to go back there one day. But we were going there just that's not the only thing there that there is. That's not just an observatory. It also has some famous hiking trails that we went on. There's one called The Window, I believe. It's pretty much one you go down in the morning, and you have to climb back up in the daytime. And pretty much at the end of this trail, it's like in this like a little valley, and at the end there's like this very slippery window, as they call it, and that's where the water used to go through and just polish the rocks. And it's this like really far drop. And it's pretty scary, but my grandpa for some reason just walked all the way to the edge and looked over. I'm like, okay, cool. If you want to do that kind of stuff, then all the power to you. But I'm not getting close to the edge. But this is a little bit of backstory. So one day, I think it was like the second or third day we were there. We had been hiking all day. It was like in November though, so it was very cold in the morning, and it actually got pretty intense during the daytime. It's because there's like very little humidity there. If the sun is shining on you, it's going to be pretty warm. So in the nighttime, it's very cold. At the daytime, it's very hot. And I lost a lot of energy during those hikes, so I had to drink a lot. And I drank pretty much all day. But I'm sure you guys know where this is going to go. I hadn't gone to the restroom all day. So what happened was, when we finally at night decided to go to the observatory, there was like this whole big event where they had like 100 people, I was more than 100 people actually at the observatory. There's all these like little observatory domes with telescopes and cool stuff. But at the top of the hill, there was like a little meetup where 100 people or something met up, and there was this guy who was telling us about the night sky, about how there's, about light pollution and what it does. If you guys know what the light pollution is, it's pretty much like the light from the street lamps, cars, houses, and pretty much it just makes it so you can't. It's the stuff you see on like the pictures where the light, like from like at nighttime when you're like in space, you can see like the cities light up and stuff. That's light pollution, and pretty much it just causes you not to be able to see the real night sky of the stars and the galaxies, because it just, in contrast, it just dulls it out, I guess is the best way of saying it. So he was talking about that kind of stuff. He actually had a laser pointer that pointed into the freaking sky. Like, you could see where he was pointing with the laser in the sky. It's like a super laser, and you can actually have one like in your pocket. They're pretty small, but I think they're illegal in the United States, so you have to get like a permit or something to use one, because if you had one of those, you could actually point it at an airplane, and you can mess up with their radars or whatever, and maybe even blind the pilots and kill everybody on the plane. So that's why they don't usually allow them in America. I got one when I was in China though, so in other countries it's fine. Anyway, so we were at this meeting, and it was like a 1.5 hour show where he was talking about the galaxy clusters that you could see with your bare eyes. He was talking about the Milky Way, and I'll post a picture in the background of the video, guys. You can actually freaking see the Milky Way, the whole Milky Way, like the one you see on pictures, right, in the movies and whatnot. You can see it with your eyes as it's moving across the sky. It is incredible. And we were just sitting there for an hour and a half, and I was like, I was asking my grandmother and grandfather, because I didn't want to like annoy them really. and I didn't want to tell them I had to go pee, because they'd be like, oh, you really gotta go pee. So I was just like, I don't know, I was embarrassed about it, I guess, because I've been holding it in all day. So I was like, when are we gonna go? Like, when is this over? I sounded like this impatient brat that just wanted to get out of there, right? And so I told them, I didn't tell them I had to go pee. I just told them, like, when is this over? And they thought, and to this day, I still think they thought that I hated it, or I was mad at them, or I didn't want to be there. So that's why they never took me again to that park, because they thought I hated it or something. No, but I seriously, I love that park. It's one of the most amazing places I've ever been. But what happened was, okay, so it's a 1.5 hour show. I wanted to stay there because I don't want to, like, disrespect them, I guess, and I didn't want to run away to the restrooms by myself, which were pretty far down the hill, guys. It was pretty far down the hill, so it's a long walk. And I waited the whole 1.5 hours, and when the show ended, like, the whole place stormed the restrooms, right? And there was only like one restroom or two restrooms in the building on the bottom of the hill. So by the time I got there was already all these adults and stuff in there peeing and stuff and pooping and all this kind of stuff. And all the stalls were taken. And since I was embarrassed of peeing in urinals at the time, because I was like 12 or something at the time, it's still a pretty old age to be scared of urinals, but I was 12 years old. I didn't want to go in the urinals, but usually those were taken as well. And I wanted to go to a stall, but those were taken as well. So after holding my pee in all day, I made eye contact. I don't know why I did this, but I made eye contact with the guy standing next to me in line for the stall, and I peed myself. I just peed myself right there and then. And yeah, so I peed myself when I was 12 years old, and then I like hid in the restroom trying to like wipe my pants, and oh my gosh, it was a massacre. I never really told my grandparents. I really wiped it down pretty well, and I didn't tell them that I peed myself. And when we got back to the hotel, I got to the hotel. I forgot what I did actually. I think I had like some pretty thick underwear or something because it didn't soak through my pants. When we got back at the hotel, I like hand washed my pants and everything. And yeah, so I peed myself when I was 12 years old. That's pretty much the most embarrassing thing that ever happened to me. I don't know if that stranger will ever know me again or see me again. The one that stared me down in the eyes as I peed my pants. But I don't know why I shared this with you guys. I thought you guys might find it entertaining, and I hope you did. So if you guys have any embarrassing stories that would like make me feel not as bad, I'm sure some of you guys have something pretty embarrassing that can, compete with my story. Because I don't think peeing yourself is incredibly awful, is it? I don't know. I think a lot of people pee themselves. Or maybe I'm just that one weirdo exception. So that's my story. I hope you guys enjoyed the Hunger Games video. I hope it was a good one. I hope I won. I'm not sure. We're about to find out. I'm going to record in a bit. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to comment down below your embarrassing stories, and I'll see you guys in the next one. And be snexy, because being snexy is better than sexy. It is a scientific proven fact. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace, guys. Love you, and bye.